Hey everyone, welcome to Illegal Alien Racing. This is a 12-lap final in the 100cc Masters class out at Dallas Karting Complex. Have a few different camera angles for you. As always, we're looking backwards as well as forwards. And a new bonus footage here. We have onboard footage with Doug starting to the right of me in fourth spot. Looking for green flag, here we go. I'll try to stay inside here and cover Doug off to get into third. All right, I think we're in good position here. Now we're going to try to stay up with the leaders. I expect first place to drive away from us. He kind of did that in the pre-final, and he's just faster than the rest of us, so I don't expect to really hang with him for too much of the race, but maybe we can get second place. The thing with racing is like, why would you say that? Why would you not try to win? Well, yeah, I want to win, but I'm also realistic. The guy in first place is just a faster and better driver than I am. And, you know, me catching him from this far back is not realistic. So I think, for me at least, when you're going and doing your hobbies or doing something like this, you do want to push yourself, but you also want to be realistic in your expectations of what your results are going to be or should be. On board with Doug, looking forward at me. We'll take a look right back at Doug. Now you can see second place. It's starting to open up on me just a little bit, but he's still not too far away. This is the toughest corner, these last two turns. You see me fighting with the cart a lot. I didn't realize how much the cart was sliding around on me until after I watched this footage, and especially watching Doug's footage. You see me there counter steer just a little bit. Really hurts me on the top speed for this straightaway here. See another driver getting a 2-for-1 move right there, 435. Can't tell, but he's on the inside here. We'll settle back in behind him, back into fourth spot now. If you didn't watch the last race, 435 is a new karter, former motocross racer turned karter. Those guys are always pretty quick in making their transitions from their old sport motocross to the new sport karting. You see Doug really hanging in there in fifth spot pretty close, doing a really good job. So we're gonna ride along with Doug for just a little bit. Doug does a lot of wrenching for teams on the regional and national level. So he's usually at a track somewhere, out of state, working on people's carts, but this day he's out driving, trying to get it done, and doing a good job. You see me right there, reaching to the right. What I'm doing there is adjusting my carburetor. There's a little, I guess a notch, I don't know what we call it. Can't think of the word right now. But I'm turning that. I think my engine's the exhaust gas temps, I think we're a little cooler, and I'm leaning the engine out a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure I can't remember, but I'm messing with the carburetor. See me counter steering a lot there. This cart is not hooked up very, very well at this point. Right there, I hit a button on the computer, the data logger on the steering wheel. It's called a Micron. The brand I have is Micron. There's custom settings for it, and I like mine to give me kind of split timing. If I'm plus or minus on pace to have a faster or slower lap than my best lap, it'll tell me kind of in different sectors. Sometimes that setting just gets reset to something else, and I'll go back to hit a button and set it to how I like it. And right there, Doug goes around me for a fifth spot. Got a good run on me. Nice easy pass for Doug. So we're not too far away from third and second place there, just ahead. And here comes a really tricky part of the circuit, for me at least, this left-right. I'm trying to figure out how to nail that. I just seem to lose a lot of time right there. And Doug's starting to pull away just a little bit. This is pretty concerning for me. All right, I want you to watch ahead. 2 karts ahead of you. I don't know if you can see them or not. Right there in the corner. He spins out right there. He's out of the race. And this is Doug's point of view in slow motion. Watch this. You see that flying? That's his wheel, his right rear wheel flew off. And we'll show you more of that later. Here's some bonus footage.
Oh, no!
And right there, his axle actually split in 2 right at the sprocket and broke off. Never seen that happen before in my life. That was pretty wild. And that bonus footage from up top, the observation deck, that was brought to you by Doug's girlfriend. Thank you, Doug's girlfriend. I know who she is. And super cool person. So thank you for that footage as well. And thank you, Doug, for your footage too. All right, Doug is worried about me at this point. Starting to catch him just a little bit. Now I'm trying to get on podium. You see me there, just really counter steer again and lets Doug just pull away from me pretty easy. I don't know if I should bring the wheels in the back to the inside, which is going to give me more grip. If you're not familiar with karting, you would think if you widen the wheels in the back, it gives you more grip. It actually makes you looser. If you bring them in, it tightens up the back a little bit. Because these things don't have suspensions on them, so when they turn, a wheel usually has to come off the ground to turn. And they come off the ground easier if the wheels are closer together, in the back at least. I don't make any crazy changes on my kart, like putting a softer axle in the rears. I don't have one. But I just make little adjustments. Of course, air pressure is one of them. And then widening or tightening the width of the rear wheels is another one. You can tighten the back bumper up a little bit, and that can help tighten your kart up just a little bit. Kind of like a fine-tuning type of deal. We're back on board with Doug, seeing if he can track down second place and jump into second place. Trying a really good race here. And this is Doug's, let me see, probably, well, this is his second weekend out on the track. It's a pretty new track to him, so he does not have a lot of time on this track, and he's doing really well. He's very consistent. And Doug, we kid with him. His go-kart belongs in a museum, not because it's old, but because it's pristine. This thing is, there's not a scratch on it. He really takes care of his stuff. Got about 3 laps left. Go back on board with me. You can watch the battle from my perspective. I'm hoping Doug starts to make a move. That'll slow him down. I can catch up and try to pass one of them. But I'm just not having a very good race. I don't know what's going on. I've been out of the kart for about 2 months prior to this weekend. I had a brief practice stint the weekend before, but it's just not going very well. Look to the left, 2 to go. 2 rolled up flags vertically, and then horizontally, back and forth. They'll usually display them to us that way. That means 2 laps to go. There's a yellow coming up. You're not allowed to pass. Where's the yellow at? What's going on? Right there on the left, somebody spun out. Threw some rocks out on the track. It's always fun. Now my engine does have a lot of hours on it, so that's not helping the situation. So my plan is to pull the engine off and go take it to DKC, have them rebuild it. Get a fresh engine, top and bottom end. It's the non-fun part of karting are the expenses that come along with racing, especially if you race two-stroke, getting your engine rebuilt. Last lap, let's see what happens. I'm trying to push hard and see if I can catch Doug and at least scare him a little bit. I don't think he hit that chicane like he wanted to. Let me catch up to him just a little bit. All right, seemed to do better through there. So right here, if he messes up, I may get a run at him. I gotta hit this just right. And right there, the back end starts to whip on me just a little bit, and there is my race. Gonna finish in 4th spot. Not to spoil this race for you, but there's only about 2 more turns left, so not much of a spoiler alert. And that's the way this race finished, in 4th spot. Not the result I wanted, but it's what happened. I need to do better. I need to start practicing. I needed to get better at driving. Congratulations, Doug. Excellent work. So I got some work to do, but I'll be back out there and we'll see if we can bring it home in a lot higher position than we did in this race. Thanks so much for watching and for supporting the channel. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you think it was cool, I've got more content like this, maybe you'd consider subscribing. Either way, thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Y'all take it easy.